Hello, everyone. This is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and we got to talk about something that definitely shows that even though Uber is claiming that drivers are their customers, they aren't really treating us like their customers. I mean, when you are a customer, the store has a lot of value in you because it costs money to get new customers. They don't want your customers to go to the other service. They will usually cater to you, not meet unreasonable demands, but they will cater to you a little bit. And they have definitely been on this whole the drivers are our customers, and that makes stories like this a little bit more difficult to swallow because from Engadget they have reported that Uber is now locking in the fare for scheduled rides. Now, to let you know, scheduled rides is something that Uber and Lyft has done for a while, but Uber's has been very, very poorly thought out because essentially an Uber scheduled ride simply sends out the request at the time you want to leave or a few minutes before. And people who accept the ride have no idea what it is and that it's a scheduled ride. And if you're the rider, you could request a scheduled ride thinking this is what it should cost, but if it was happening during a surge, there would be a surprise charge, and obviously people complain about that. Now, Uber has since, made a little change where they have announced that they will be marking the scheduled rides on the app. And this is a bit of a step up. It's still not as good as Lyft scheduled rides, where they have a section in their app where it says, these are scheduled rides, this is where you're going, and this is how much you're going to make. Like, that's where the Uber thing should be going. And in all fairness, this can be applied to Lyft as well. But Lyft is still a little better for the fact that you can select scheduled rides in Uber, although I acknowledge that this new change is gonna. Well, anyway, let me explain. I'm getting a little off topic here. So now Uber is letting us know that the rides are scheduled, but there's still that issue where if the scheduled ride pops up during a surge, well, the riders have a surprise and then they complain. So Uber is locking in the fare. They are locking in the fare. That means if the ride goes out and it's surging 7 times, guess what? The rider will not pay for that surge. And I highly doubt they're going to pay for the driver to get it either. So here's the reality. You do not want to accept a scheduled ride on Uber. You just don't want to do it unless there is absolutely no surge around that you can see. Don't accept a scheduled ride because whatever you're getting paid, chances are it will be lower than what you could make had they requested it themselves. Now, I know that a lot of drivers are going to do this, so Uber's next step is going to be to remove the notification that's a scheduled ride, and that's what they're going to do. And I totally will see it calling it. I'm calling it. That's going to happen. Here's what you can still do though. If you are in that surge area and you get a ride that's not a surge, don't accept it. Let it go. Let it go. That's what I do. Now, some people point out that Uber might be changing the surge. Well, yeah. I have to say, the more I hear about their new surge tiers, the more it's like, man, if that changes, I think I'm done. At that point, no. The surge is the lifeblood for me on this. It's pretty much the only thing that keeps me coming back. And it won't be worth it to me anymore. Not even a little bit. Now, this is where I have to now flip it to Lyft. Because just so that people don't accuse me of being a Lyft fanboy. And it should be noted that Lyft probably has been doing this for a while. They probably have. And I'm not going to deny that. But again, you can choose to select the scheduled rides if you want. And that's your choice. That's your choice. If you choose to select a ride at that price and you don't know it's going to surge, that's totally up to you. And if you want to change your strategy to not do that anymore, I'm perfectly okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. So yeah, Lyft has probably been doing it for a while, but Uber doesn't even have the nerve to let us select the scheduled rides. And this is where the difference comes in, I think, that we need to keep in mind. Um, it's one thing to say, okay, I accept this fare, this is what I'm going to make, and I accept that fare, and I accept the responsibility that it might be prime timing at that time, and I won't get that prime time. That's one thing. To just send out a scheduled ride to say it's scheduled and to not be getting that surge, I don't know. I I think both companies are wrong ultimately if they're not paying the surge in the prime time to the driver. In all fairness, they're probably not charging for it either, so they're not getting it. But still, if they really want to go down this road that the drivers are the customers, this is just one more slap in the customer's face. This is just one more statement that their customers do not matter. And that is definitely something I cannot get behind. And we'll see. I'm definitely losing my patience with this company. I am definitely losing my patience with this company. I probably lost a long time ago, but I'm a very, very forgiving person. So, but this is I will not accept any scheduled rides from Uber unless right before I get the request, I can clearly see it's not surging anywhere. Because under those circumstances, yeah, the scheduled ride might be worth it because it's usually going to the airport. But if I see any increment of surge anywhere, I'm not accepting that surge ride, and neither should you. At least my personal opinion, I would not recommend it, I should say. So anyway, that's where we're gonna leave that. What do you folks think? Are any of you gonna pick up any scheduled rides now that you know it's a fixed rate and you might have gotten a surge price if they hadn't scheduled it in advance? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe if you enjoy the videos I make. Consider becoming a Patreon member for as little as $1 a month. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.